Hi. Today, we're back with Gothic, and we'll be getting a job today. But first, I want to mention a little something because I messed up, and yeah, in order to milk some more XP, I had to reload the save before we met the guy down there. What's his name? Constantino, yeah. Before we met him. Because if we go and meet a guy a little bit earlier on, we can get some more XP. But did we... No, we haven't talked to Harald yet.
What do you...
So might as well do that. We did all this, so let's skip through it. Okay. I also readjusted my FOV a little bit, but it never seems to be right. Yeah? Like 109 seems to make characters a little bit too slim, and 100 makes them too fat, so maybe like 105 I guess should be okay. So let's now go back, and now we know how to skin animals. Yeah, take trophies learned. Does that also give us, because we have general information, we can now remove fur, but we don't know how to remove like fangs and all that. But anyway, oh, I also checked how to get into the towers. I should actually open it up on my phone again. Try this. I ran into a couple of bloodflies. But thankfully, being able to speak Polish, there are a lot of like wikis and forums that detail every single thing about Gothic II.
Nothing to plunder.
Believe me. Anything you could imagine, they got it. And they've had it for years. So there was Kantar. He isn't here anymore. Oh, we really need to avoid him once we find him in the city, but Gothic II. Okay. To check, because there are 6 towers in total. Each of them has a different key. And each key is in a different place. 5 of them are with guards, and one of them is in a chest in the guards' barracks. So, yeah. And in order to solve the missing people quest, damn, I'm hitting crits like crazy with only 13% chance. This is dream luck. I know, that meme. But anyway, yeah, one of them is right in the middle of the guards' barracks, and that could be difficult to get into. Blue Elder gives us both hit points and mana. We can eat some digger meat. Chunky mushroom. We eat a lot quicker, also. That's really nice. I will try and kill all these bloodflies. They are small. That means they're young. AKA, they are weaker versions of themselves, and my little range is really hurting me right now. Yeah, it wasn't a good idea to fight them like that. I gotta split them apart. That's easily done. It always lags when I load in. I have the draw distance set really high. I don't have it set to full anymore, but even half is 2 or 3 times as much as the game usually could run. All thanks to the DirectX 11. Oh, there we go. Now we also have the leather armor that we stole from Matteo. So we shouldn't have any problems going back here. We didn't deliver... Oh, I'll run it back. We need to go meet Vatras, deliver his letter, and then we can go back to Cavalorn and tell him the good news that we did the thing. I know, convoluted. And I'm wasting a little bit of time. But hey, now we don't need to go around the long path, because we already cleared all of the things. Ooh, meadow knotweed. That's gonna be useful for potions. I still don't know why Vino is in all caps. Everyone just screams at him, so his name is in all caps by default. I wonder what kind of bureaucracy. What you call it? Bureaucracy. That's the word.
What? I only wanted to take a look at you. Looks like you got money. You can go in.
Thank you, God. Yeah, if you go back into Corinus once you've been there, if you have armor, I think, then they just let you. So it's all good.
I've heard a thing.
But what kind of bureaucracy do they have in Gothic? Do you have to register your child? You know, that type of stuff. But there's Vatras. He's a good dude. He's a new character, he's a new mage.
Adanos be with you.
Who are you?
I am Vatras, a servant of Adanos, the guardian of the divine and earthly equilibrium. What can I do for you?
I think that's the first mention of Adanos. Because they did mention Enos and Beliar in Gothic 1. But yeah, I've got a letter for you.
Here, I've got a letter for you.
For me? Indeed. This is an important message you're bringing me. I wonder how you got hold of this letter.
I got it from Cavalorn, the hunter.
Cavalorn? Where is he?
He told me to tell you he couldn't make it and is headed for the meeting point. Whatever he meant by that.
I see that you have gained Cavalorn's trust. That speaks in your favor.
It's really important to tell him the truth and only the truth. Remember, Zardas asked us not to tell about him being alive. But it's really important we don't lie to Vatras.
Tell me about the Ring of Water.
And why would I do that?
Cavalorn sent me to you.
And what did he tell you?
He said you're in dire need of more good people.
Aha. So, you want to join us, son?
Indeed.
I want to join the Ring of Water.
You do? Well, that means you have already fulfilled the first requirement.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, there must be someone among us who trusts you. Otherwise, you wouldn't even know about it. But I know nothing about you at all.
What do you want to know?
Well, you could tell me where you come from and why you have come to the city.
I carry an important message for the leader of the Paladins.
What is this message?
Yeah, so we can just bullshit him, or we can tell him straight up. It'll sound weird, but you'll see.
A large army is gathering as we talk, led by dragons and determined to conquer the country.
Dragons? You speak of beings which until now have only been mentioned in legends. How do you know this?
Zardas, the magician, told me. He sent me to warn the Paladins.
The necromancer? So he lives, and he sent you. Who are you really?
I'm a former convict from the penal colony of Corinus.
Good. Let us summarize. You are a former prisoner
Hey,
who has
Downey.
been told by Zardas, the necromancer, that dragons have come to conquer the country. And you have come to report this to the Paladins. That all sounds rather fantastic, but I cannot perceive that you are lying to me. Therefore, I must assume that your motives are honorable. I want to give you a chance to join the Ring of Water.
Hell yeah. New quests. So, how?
What must I do in order to join the ring?
Know that you take on great responsibility by joining the ring. I do not let just anyone join who comes to us and asks. If you want to join the ring, you will have to prove that you act like one of us.
And that means...
Before we let a young man join our ranks, he must have done a great deed for the ring. Only then can I begin to consider letting you help preserve the balance of forces on this island.
Huh. Yeah, we kind of did a lot of things in the first game.
I have vanquished the Sleeper. Isn't that a great enough deed?
My ears hear many a tale these days, including the story about the banning of the beast called the Sleeper. I have not heard that this was achieved by a single man, although your eyes tell me that you are convinced you did this. That confuses me slightly, but I cannot be sure that my senses might not deceive me sometimes.
I have freed many people. The barrier is gone.
Even if you can really claim responsibility for that, the great event in the Valley of Mines has not only set free the water mages and other upright citizens. All the criminals of the entire country are roaming Corinus these days, harassing the population.
Yes,
Bandits have already taken over large areas of land outside the city. It has become all but impossible to leave the town and return unharmed.
Hey, the water mages would have blown it up anyway.
So what would be an appropriate deed that might convince you?
Corinus is facing a great enigma these days. The number of people missing from the town seems to increase almost daily. If you can explain to me what happened to them, you shall have your place within the Ring of Water. However,
Yes?
you should take your message to the Paladins first. I consider it a matter of utmost importance. Talk to Lord Hagen.
Yeah, but...
But Lord Hagen is not going to receive me.
Yes, he will, no doubt about it, provided you become a member of a powerful community first. The Ring has far-reaching connections. We shall assist you in conveying your message as soon as possible. You should talk about this to Laris, whom I trust. He will help you.
Hey, we know him.
What community should I join?
There are only 3 communities that have enough influence. These are the City Militia, the Monastery of the Fire Magicians, and the troop of mercenaries on the landowner's farm. The choice is yours, son. Laris can certainly assist you with this difficult decision. Talk to him about it.
Okay.
I shall do that. About those missing
I
people.
don't think we know anything just yet, but we can ask him. Farmer magic? Farm. I presume you mean the mercenaries. Mercenaries all the way.
Where should I start looking for them?
Most of those people disappeared down by the harbor. That's probably where you should start your search.
We have one stone tablet. He gives us some stuff, because otherwise the tablets are useless. But I'm not sure if I need at least a couple of them to get anything useful out of him. So, and we have more. Oh yeah. Ah, right, the blessing. Can also make a donation, but it doesn't do anything. You can get more mana. We can just talk to him, and we can ask him for healing, which is really nice. But we can always just sleep it off.
I'm asking your blessing.
Why should I give you my blessing, stranger?
I want to start an apprenticeship with one of the masters in the lower part of town.
Go with the blessing of Adanos, my son.
That was easy.
Wait, if you see Laris, give him this ornament, and tell him that it needs to be returned. He'll know what to do with it.
Okay, well now we can sleep through the night and then go back to Xardas's tower, well, almost to Xardas's tower. Tell Cavalon that we have delivered this message and we can go down to the valley where Xardas mentioned... Xardas, or was it Cavalon? Someone mentioned a dude sitting down there, and yeah, let's go meet that dude. Also, there'll be a couple of wolves that we can skin.
What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a room.
Ah, you're in the right place then.
One of the Paladins told me that I could spend the night here for free.
Yes, yes. Just go up the stairs. We still have 1 or 2 beds free.
Hell yeah.
Why do the Paladins pay for everything?
I don't know what that's all about either. For one thing, I think they want to get all the poor suckers off the streets so they don't make any mischief. And for another, they want to get on the good side of the traveling traders. Now that the farmers are rebelling, we have to rely on the traders for provisions. Besides, I think they want to improve the morale in the city a bit. Lord Andre has even arranged for free beer to be given out at the Gala Square.
Nice. Well, let's go and sleep through the night.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus, by the explicit order of the honorable
Till morning. Now we can most definitely go. No, not enough dexterity. Yeah. Though I could learn some strength from Lares. Just to deal a little bit more damage. Yeah. I'm getting sidetracked all the time. Alright, this is the first chapter. Usually in the first chapter, in both of the Gothic games, you have a lot of stuff to do. Most out of all the chapters. Because later on you pretty much only have the main quest. That was the case in Gothic 1. You didn't have any side quests, I believe, but now we will have a couple of them. Here and there.
Hey, you!
That's not what I heard.
Vatras sent me. He told me to come to you when I needed help.
So you've already been to see Vatras? You must have made a lasting impression on him. Otherwise, he certainly wouldn't have volunteered my name. Especially not since the matter with those missing people still hasn't been resolved. Tell me what you need.
Vatras gave me this ornament to bring to you. He said it is to be taken back.
Of course. It's up to me, as usual. I might have known. I'll have to walk halfway across the island to take it back to the water mages.
Now that's typical.
I could take the ornament there for you.
I think I'd better take it there myself. But you could come with me. Only, I can't leave here at the moment. I need to keep an eye on the harbor.
Well, now we have a lot of dialogue options.
What exactly do you do here at the harbor?
I can't talk about that. Vatras would have my head.
Sure.
It's gonna get even worse.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
Well,
He can't keep anything to himself.
About those missing people.
And he works all day too.
Tell me what you know.
The first was William, one of the fishermen here in Corinus. One day, he simply didn't return. At first, we thought that one of those sea monsters out there had eaten him in his boat for breakfast. But not too long afterwards, other people started disappearing from the town and the surroundings. Pretty random events, though. Everyone's at a loss so far. The way it looks, we'll just have to wait until we finally stumble across a clue.
William.
How interesting.
Trying to remember if I know where he is, but I genuinely don't.
Who says things like that?
Vatras said you could help me join a community.
Getting tired of being the underdog, are you? All right, I see your point. I can exert my influence with the mercenaries if you want to join Lee. And I'm sure we can find a way to get you into the monastery soon. But the easiest thing would certainly be for you to join the militia. Which community do you prefer?
Someone's gotta do the work.
Definitely the mercenaries.
The mercenaries.
I'm sure that Lee will accept you, but first you're going to have to pass a test. Go and talk to Cord on Onar's farm. He can help you with your test. Tell him that you reside beneath my wing. He'll understand.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Okay. So I think Laris just gives us a task that helps us join any of the 3 major guilds, which is like a mini quest.
So what's your business with Vatras?
I've got this little agreement with the water mages, you
That's
see.
not what my husband thinks.
What kind of an agreement?
We work for them, and they see to it that our past in the penal colony doesn't get us into trouble.
You're talking about the Ring of Water?
You've heard of it?
Vatras told me about it.
You might have mentioned that right away.
Everybody knows by now.
Oh, maybe he'll open up.
I can't take care of
Tell me more about the Ring of Water.
The ring is to the water mages what the Paladins are to the fire magicians. But, unlike the Paladins, we operate in the background. The ring is a mighty weapon in the battle against the dangers that threaten the people of Corinus. But this only works as long as we keep the identity of all those secret who belong to the Ring of Water. So keep this to yourself.
Sure.
Okay, so now we can ask him to come with us to Onar's farm,
These are bad times.
to the War Mages, if we solve the issue that he needs someone to watch the harbor,
Someone's gotta do
and somewhere else, I think. But for now, let's just get 15 strength.
Teach me something.
Wait, not really 15, okay. So as I mentioned many times already, in Gothic 2, Knight of the Raven, at certain points, skill
Hey,
starts costing more. So what you want to do is learn 4 strength or dexterity, your choice. Let you have 14, and then you go by 5s. Because the thresholds are like,
Don't tell this to anyone.
I think at 60?
He simply
One of them could be at 30. Let's just assume that one of them is at 30. So if you were to just level it up by 5s, you hit level, strength 30, and then it costs 2 skill points per strength point,
who says
right?
things like that?
So if you want to go from 30 to 35, you need 10. But if you're at 29, and then you want to level up your strength by 5,
Take care of everything for
you go to 34 for just 5 points. So each time you hit that soft cap, you just save a couple of points. That's why I'm doing it like this. It'll be uneven throughout the entire game, but
Good. Your strength has increased.
That's what I've always said.
it saves us points, and we can definitely use those. That's also why you want to take off any belts, rings, amulets, whatever that give you bonus stats, just in case. I think it actually doesn't matter. Last time I played, I'm pretty sure it doesn't take them into account when you level up,
And it's gonna get even worse.
but you know, better be safe than sorry. So with all that done, we can now save. And oh, I forgot. I went to buy a map. I should have enough for a map.
He had better shut up. Who says
It shouldn't cost too much.
Everything to himself. He can't keep
Guessing 50 gold.
himself.
The map maker
don't tell me.
is right here.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
What are you doing here?
My name is Brahim. I draw maps and sell them. Since you're new here, maybe you could use a map of the city? It's quite affordable and very useful until you know your way around.
Show me your maps.
I'll take the big map. Or not. It costs 250. The city map costs 50. Okay.
Come back.
I'll see you again. Once I have enough gold. And yeah, we are gonna get a job pretty soon. We can get a job with Blacksmith, the hunter. Well, he's already a hunter, he's a bow maker. Or the alchemist. And depending on which one you join, you have different ways of making money. So if you side with Bosper, the bow maker, you sell him skins, furs, you know, from animals. For the full price. Because you can just normally sell them, but you sell them for half or even less in case of some items. Gothic II. But yeah, he takes full price, and there will be plenty of animals, and he also says that he needs an apprentice, so it's nice to help him out. You can side with a blacksmith, and then you can learn blacksmithing, and you can sell him swords that you make, also for the full price. Which is usually the best option, because with many glitches that are around in Gothic II, you can get infinite raw steel, and with that you can get infinite gold. And a lot of it. However, you can also learn blacksmithing if you join with the mercenaries, which I'm going to do. So, no point in doing that. Except for the gold. But we'll have plenty of gold. Or you can side with the alchemist and then he buys mushrooms. Which is not great. And he teaches you alchemy anyway, if you just know any potion recipe. This bandit is... Wait. Is he gonna fight me if I mention the farmers?
One of the farmers outside of town sent me.
What? The farmers know the hideout?
They have noticed the missing sheep.
Damn. Well, then I'll have to move. If they find the hideout empty, maybe they won't keep looking for me.
Wait a minute.
Okay, that's all. So you can just kill him, but if you mention to him that Cavaron is coming, then you get 50 XP like 2 times, and I'm not sure how much he gives himself. Plus, he told us about Dexter, so it's nice to keep him alive. It's a good deed. Where does he go, though? If he runs straight to Cavalon, it might be best to just kill him. Because there he is. Oh well. We'll check up on him in a moment.
Hey!
How long, buddy? There we go.
I gave Vatras your letter.
I didn't expect anything else. Thanks.
50 XP. He's getting dangerously close and he is not changing his course. If I down him, I get XP. If Cavalon does it, I don't. And then Cavalon can just kill him anyway.
You're in for it now.
Yeah, they got beef.
I'm gonna rip. You deserve that, lowlife.
Yeah, he just bonked him, and that was it.
One of the...
What?
They have no...
Damn.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Just you wait, you son bitch.
Only 30 XP. So yeah, it's definitely way better to let him live and get 100 XP from telling him about all this stuff, but then he just goes and kills himself anyway, so... What do you do? Did I take a stick? He had a stick. I think I got it. Oh well. Yeah. That's the most efficient way. Bigger meat. Now we can go down to the little valley, or whatever it's called, and also we have armor, so going there will be a lot easier. Did I miss a mushroom? Whatever. Let's go tell Cavalon again. Then save. then go down there. We can also tell Zardas that we did some stuff, maybe, for some XP, but...
I did.
I'm not sure about that. Wait. Why does he have a spiky stick? I thought he had a better weapon. Or maybe he had the knife that he gave away to us? I'm not sure. Anyway, there's the lake. Let's jump down here. Now we save. There we go. Goblins. I seriously need a better weapon with better range. But mushrooms. Mushrooms everywhere. The dark mushrooms, if you eat like 100 of them, you get some bonus mana. Apples, you need to eat like 25 and you get +1 strength. Don't ask me about it. I don't know how and why it works. Oh, a lot of goblins. One of them, the aggro, they can probably take... Nope, they all run at you if one of them starts to run. But they're not goblins from Gothic 1, they're pretty weak. There we go. And they can have like fish or gold sometimes. Yeah. Mostly sticks. Mushrooms and chests. Gold. That's nice. Dagger, an apple, and some mana potions. I should buy every single apple I see for that strength. Oh, we also found some sausages in those chests with the armor that we stole. Hey, better in our hands than some chests just sitting there, right? Save. Remember, with Gothic, save as often as you can. I feel right as we've already met a couple of those. 20 XP. Even young scavengers in Gothic 1 gave like 50, right? Yeah, stats are not worth as much as they were in Gothic 1. That's also why you need to be extra careful with your skill points. In Gothic 1 we had like Circle of Magic level 4, all the weapon fightings to max, and we could probably get 100 strength and dexterity if we wanted, but here, not so much. All of it is gonna go into strength, and what we can spare goes into weapon fighting of our choice. In this case, probably two-handed. Since by joining the mercenaries you can learn smithing, as I mentioned, but you can learn smithing... you can make ore weapons, which are amazing. If you side with the Paladins, then you get an ore weapon for free and you can consecrate it and it gets a little damage boost and it's really nice, but I prefer making my own stuff. Yeah, mercenaries go for two-handed weapons, usually. Paladins go for one-handed weapons. Guess which deal more damage. But then Paladins also have to spare a couple of skill points for mana, because they get spells. So if you join the mercenaries, you're a pure warrior. If you join the mage, you're a pure mage. But if you join the Paladins, you're kind of a hybrid. And looky here, it's Lester. We know him.
Is that you? Really? Man, am I glad to see you.
Lester, how did you get here?
That was a crazy escape. After the barrier exploded, I wandered around the area for a while in total confusion. Then I spent days fighting my way through these woods until I finally found this valley here. Diego, Milton, and Gorn are still in the Valley of Mines. At least, I think so.
What happened?
After the Sleeper was defeated, the entire Brotherhood lost their minds.
Go
Without
figure.
their master, they were all just empty husks.
And you? What about you?
It was the same for me. I had nightmares and even hallucinations. But once my head was more or less clear again, I ran for it. Once, I thought I saw a
hear a
huge
wolf.
black shadow pounce on a group of fugitives and burn them all up in a giant cloud of fire. At that moment, I really thought a dragon had come to kill me.
Did you see anything else?
No. I took to my heels and ran.
How long have you been hiding out in this valley?
I don't know exactly. A week, maybe? But there's one more thing. When I came here in the evening, I took a look up on the mountain, and there were only a few trees there. And when I looked the next morning, that tower was there. I could have sworn it wasn't there before. Since then, I haven't left the valley.
You mean Zardas's tower? I knew he was powerful, but creating a tower just like that...
Zardas the Necromancer? He lives in that tower? I don't know if I like that.
Don't worry, he's the one who rescued me from the Sleeper's temple. He's on our side. You need to tell Zardas about the shadow. It could be important.
You don't think it was my imagination? You mean there really was a...
Dragon, yes.
You're getting into the thick of it again, am I right?
I shouldn't say in the thick of it, not yet.
Well, good. If it's so important, then I'll go see him. But not now. For the moment, I'm going to rest. I'm still exhausted after the escape from the penal colony. I think you've got big plans. I'll see you later at Zardas's.
Yeah, so next time we go up to Zardas's tower, Lester will be there, just sleeping.
What do you know about the area?
If you keep going down that way, you'll come to a farm. The city starts a little way beyond that, but be careful. There's not just wolves and rats hanging around here. There's goblins and bandits too.
What do you know?
If you keep going down that way, but be careful.
Oh, beans. Okay, so I reloaded the save because if you... Yeah, okay, I messed up even more. If you talk to Lester before going into the city, he tells you that you can go into the city by gathering just 10 of any plant. And the guards are too stupid to recognize them, so they just figure that you're working for Constantino. And then if you tell them about it, you can get some nice XP out of that. So I wanted to do that, but I already got into this city. But I completely forgot about it. And I didn't go down here earlier, because I didn't want to kill any of those wolves. Because we would need the skins for Bosper anyway. It's a little bit of XP wasted, but should be fine.
Nothing to be had there.
It's like 50 or so. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter, but... I hear a boar. And boars are really strong. Thick woods are tough to see through. The wolves are hunting giant rats. Giant rats are new enemies. Haven't seen them before. Yeah. My knife is really short, so I gotta run up to the wolf if I wanna kill him. I think I just got a message on Discord too. Let me check it out. Okay. Healing plant, a blood fly. Should be a young one. This is like a starter area. Yeah, and unlike in Gothic 1, now I can do running attacks. For some reason I couldn't do them in Gothic 1. I swear you could, but maybe I'm imagining things and they added that in Gothic 2. What are you doing, boy? Okay. Oh, we also need to find a way to cook all that meat, because cooked meat will once again be our main source of healing for a good part of the game. Level up, there we go. We can get some more strength. Once we hit 40, we can use the rusty axe. Yeah, we would need one more level though. It's fine. Here we have a leather satchel. In it, it's full of coins. Yeah, the value of the satchel usually tells you how many coins there are in there. In this case, 25. There we go. Sometimes there are goodies in the satchels instead of just money. But then it'll tell you like, oh, this satchel is damp or whatever. Rats. And a rusty sword. I forgot about that. It's probably not as good as my knife. Right? It's about as good. Not really. It doesn't give us the 3 one-handed. But its range could be longer. Also, our Lothar died here, aged 41. Or you know. I don't know who that is, but let's get out of here now. Get any weeds, plants, herbs that we can find, and let's leave back to the city. We got stuff to do there. We have to join up with the guildsmen. So we have enough wolf skins. That's Bosper and Matteo done. We still need to go get the Fire Mage's Blessing. Then the quest for Constantino. And then the Orc Weapon for Harad. Exciting. You might ask, how the hell am I gonna get an Orc Weapon? Well, there are 2 ways. Bosper mentioned that he had an apprentice, but he just up and left, we don't know why. And Vino mentioned that he saw an orc in the woods. So then we can just pay the Bosper's apprentice to come with us hunting, and then eventually we meet an orc, and with his help, because you can be sure that I wouldn't be able to do it alone, with his help we can take him down. Or you can go just a little bit outside of the city, find a cave, and in the cave there's just an orc axe just sitting there. You can take it, and Harad believes you killed an orc. Yeah, it's that simple. So that's what we're gonna do. Especially since we got a gold there for goblin berries, I think. Because we can get the quest from Constantino, and once we get it, 2 plants, I believe, spawn. Because it tells us to get a list of plants, and for some reason they only spawn once we get the quest, and then ask a guy where those plants are. Only then do they spawn. Don't know why. But then we can just go to Constantino, finish off that quest, get additional XP. Oh, can we? Can we tell farmer guy that we killed the bandit? Does he not care because we cleared the hideout? Maleth. Nope. Gotta go. And then we've got plenty of stuff to do in the city. We got people to beat up, got tasks to perform, and then once we've beefed up a little bit, then we can go visit the mercenaries, who will want to beat us up. Like half of them will want to beat us up. That's gonna be fun. Unfortunately, the more strength we get without getting fighting skills, the more we'll rely on random crits or just hits. On that 10% chance. Which isn't the nicest thing in the world, but...
There's nothing you can do about it.
Hey, Vosper.
I can't believe that.
About the wolfskins, I've got them here.
Great. I knew you would be suitable for this job. Here's the pay I promised you. And what do you think? Isn't this better work than banging away at swords all day or filling little bottles in a dusty chamber?
Yeah, the thing with his work is that it's not really work. Just by killing enemies, we'll naturally get skins. And we'll just get gold by doing that. But I want to ask him about being a different master, about signing up with a different master. Because I think that can give us XP, but I'm not sure if it locks us from becoming his apprentice.
Approval to sign up with a different master?
I had hoped you would choose me, but if that's the way you want it...
Does that mean you'll vote for me?
If none of the other masters objects, yes. But you would certainly have made a good hunter.
I'd have gone about it differently.
Yeah, but we can still start as his apprentice.
Listen to me.
That's great.
He never would have thought of that himself.
Now... let's go to Constantino. Ask him about the weeds.
Hey, what do you...
We already did that too. Oh yeah, so he just says, yeah, whatever, if we tell him that we want to sign up with some other guy. Or if we want to sign up with him, then he gives us the quest. We can take a look at the list. It's like all of the healing plants, all of the mana plants, and then all or most of the special plants.
But the light was a torment for Beliar. All that Innos created was destroyed by Beliar.
We've already seen that, but if we come to Vatras, pick more, then we can ask him to heal us.
Can you heal me?
That Innos bless this body.
And when I was playing the returning mod, if I remember correctly, at some point Vatras refuses to heal you anymore. Which really caught me off guard, because sleeping also I think worked differently. I don't know, it was like a big issue for me. Because yeah, he just refused to heal me. But if we take a look at the list again, there's a note at the bottom. Let a potential apprentice fetch the plants for you. That way you'll know if he's any good. Regards, Zuris. That's Zuris.
I'm Zuris, master of potions.
He is
Do you need an
Zuris.
essence of healing or a magic elixir? Then you've come to the right place.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Show me your wares.
I just received some new potions. My guest, Master Darren, the fire magician, brought them along from the monastery.
Yeah, he's got like an amulet. Ooh, it's a nice amulet. A belt with magic protection, a lot of scrolls, some tobacco,
These are bad times.
Typical, isn't it?
and some potions.
Everybody knows by now.
But
Do you brew your own potions?
No, I either get them from the monastery or I buy them from Constantino, the alchemist. If you're interested in brewing potions, then talk to him. He needs an assistant. But he's too pig-headed to hire someone himself. He's just as stubborn as a mule. He always passes me when he goes out on the East Gate to collect plants for his potions.
and this dialogue option spawns the plants.
Where exactly does Constantino gather his herbs?
He always goes through the eastern city gate here and then disappears into the wilderness to the left. He once told me that just about everything grows there, except for King Sorrel.
He simply talks too much.
And then this.
Has Constantino ever told you where to find King Sorrel?
I once heard him say that the stuff grows near stone circles, near Lobart's farm. That's a farm near the other gate. There's one of those stone circles. I think it's on a hill. It used to be a grave or something.
Someone's gonna do the work.
Yeah, so now we can go back yet again, and now there will be a plant growing. A lot of walking. Be ready for that. In Gothic 1, we got teleport rooms.
Hey, you look familiar to me.
What do you want?
I've seen your face before somewhere, right?
And he
No, you haven't.
not succeed.
Here, we found this picture on some bandits we picked up a few days ago. It looks a lot like you. Apparently, those guys were looking for you.
No power.
Gee, I'd never have thought of that myself.
Very funny. What did those guys want from you?
Ask them yourself. You've got them safely locked up, haven't you?
The sea
No, they're dead.
I guess we'll never know then.
If you're in some kind of trouble, go talk to Lord Andre. Maybe he can help you. You'll find him in the barracks.
Okay, now at least I won't have to avoid Pablo. But Pablo is one of the guards that has a key. Or the towers, and hey, regarding the towers, you can go get the key, but what you also can do is this. Squish. Just right, I think it's easier from the side with the door handle. Yeah, you can see the little gap with the light shining through.
I'm no better off myself.
If you smoosh yourself right in there, right in the hole. Come on, gotta wiggle around a bit, and eventually we should be able to get in, unless the system bug fixed it or something. Could be easier if I go the other way, or maybe the door handle is messing it up. In that case, we just need to find a right angle, like this. And this will make it a lot easier. In theory. Sometimes it takes a while. Yeah, but see, we can pick up the rough longsword. You get it? Yep, we got it. I'll reload. It's kind of like the Blood Blade in Gothic 1. But you can do that with every single tower. Yes, Nameless. So skinny again, did it?
Nobody will learn anything from me.
That's the first I've heard.
I had it set up to 105. I don't know. Maybe it's just my imagination, or maybe the camera is acting up. I just oh, maybe this. I have no idea. What if we go up here, up to the stone circle? Oh, I feel great. Always a little bit of XP. Excuse me, Kitty is meowing at the door. Hey. Yeah, she's not allowed in the room anymore, and even if I open the door for her, she just gets spooked. Cats. Now, if we come up here, just need to keep our eyes peeled for a plant. Near the stone circles, they said, oh, let us Ochil. What's that? It should be somewhere over there. Yep. I think it grows exactly where the stone tablet was. But it wasn't here previously. We had to talk to Zuris. I have the King's Sorrel, and ooh, I might want to go down there someday. Once I feel confident enough. Goblin berries, that as well. Ooh, we needed that. Though we had it from Zardas. I think. We can check if we have anything. So we have goblin berries, a healing plant, herb and root, fire nettle, fireweed. We just need the fire root. And then not much else. We have the meadow knotweed. Constantino's list of herbs. Healing plant, herb root, fire nettle, weed root, goblin berry, dragon root, snapperweed, meadow knotweed, and the king's sorrel. Yeah, we just need the fire root. That too spawns where we're gonna go next. We should be done with this area, at least for now. So we will come back here with Osper's Apprentice. A lot of running around. Just be ready for that. There is a glitch you can do for double speed, but I doubt I'll do it. I'm not a speedrunner. At least not in this game. So I think you can run up this chain, but the guards will stop you if you are not allowed in the city.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
You'd be surprised. We have enough for the map, but we can use the gold. Once I have like a nice safe number of, let's say, 500, I'll go and buy the map. Also, we can talk to the mage, and that'll be all of the masters. So we'll have a job.
That he came across the
Yay.
land and chose the beast, and Beliar spoke to it, and the beast became his.
So yeah, there's the fire mage. But remember the guys in Gothic 1 over at the Orc Gate?
Really? How interesting.
We are gonna do a similar thing that we did back then. We're gonna get our gold. Drop it.
Who says things like that?
What can I do for you? Are you seeking spiritual comfort? Do you want to direct a prayer to our Lord Enos, or donate some gold for his church?
You don't say.
He talks funny.
I've come to get your blessing.
That's good. That's good. Then you will probably want to donate gold to the Holy Church of Enos, won't you?
Actually, I wanted your blessing so I can sign on as an apprentice in the lower part of town.
But my son, without a modest donation to the church, it is impossible for me to bless you. How else can I be certain of your good intentions toward the Holy Church of Enos?
You don't say.
He simply talks.
So, how much does a donation usually run to here?
Well, that depends on what percentage you want to give, son. Let me see how much you brought.
It's gonna get even worse.
Huh. You're a poor soul, ain't you? Keep the little you have.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Oh, wait, so he doesn't give us the blessing?
You don't say.
But I did.
That doesn't matter, my son.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Wait, so maybe we do need some gold. I'll go buy the map in that case. That should put us at a nice low 16 gold pieces. And avoid Kantar.
Who says things like that?
Oh yeah. Even though we didn't take the paper, so maybe he'll leave us alone, but Kantar is a bad, bad man. That's the butcher. You can tell by the blood on his table and the sheep in his pen. Oh, and on the rooftops of the port town of Corinus, you have a couple of goodies. Some honey.
Is it really true?
Pouches. An occasional lockpick. Oh, good stuff.
That's been known a long time.
And the things like sulfur and tar are mostly used in rune making. Leather pouches can be used for gold.
You have to feel sorry.
Show me your maps.
Show me your maps.
Map man.
I'm no better off myself.
There you go. No barter, we just take the map.
Is it true that some townspeople have simply vanished?
So I've heard, but I'm not sure whether it's really true. Just look around you. Does this rat hole look like the place where you want to spend your golden years? Small wonder that people are getting themselves out of here. Come back again later. I'm sure to have something new for you then.
I'm not sure if he gets any new maps, actually. Maybe he does. Oh no, I think he has a quest for us in like chapter 2 or 3, where he has a treasure map or something, you know, since he's the map man. Makes maps. Okay, but now we can go back to the magic man, the fire magic man, and give him our 16 gold pieces. Because we're poor, we just bought a map, we don't have any gold on us. Yeah, Pablo has one of the keys. I think we can beat him up. But all of those people would probably get angry with me. And you can just pickpocket the keys. But they range from 20 dexterity requirement to like 60 or 80. Because you can learn pickpocketing in Gothic 2. That wasn't the case in Gothic 1, I believe. But the chance... well, no, not the chance of success. Whether you can or not depends on your dexterity. If you don't have enough dexterity to pickpocket someone, you get caught, and that's obviously really bad. And every NPC has a different thing that you can pickpocket them from, and also a different dexterity value.
Are you seeking spiritual comfort?
We've been through this.
I've come to get your blessing.
That's good. That's good.
Actually, I wanted your blessings.
But my son, without a modest donation to the church, it is impossible for me to bless you. How else can I be certain of...
So, how much does a donation usually run to here?
Well, that depends on what percentage you want to give, son. Let me see how much you brought. Well, you don't have much, but neither are you poor. 10 gold pieces for Innos. We live modestly. I bless you in the name of Innos, for he is light and righteousness.
Yeah, so depending on the amount of gold that you have, he takes a different amount. If you have over 50, he takes like 50. If you have over 100, he takes 100. That's obviously really bad. Now let's open our leather bags. But we will want to make a donation to him. You can make a donation like 5 times. And each time he gives you a different stat. I'd have to check exactly which, because then I don't wanna mess up my strength. And even then I would only do it once I have over 60 or 80 or so. But the same thing you can do with Innos' shrines. You can donate gold there, and you can do that like 10 times, but you can only do it once a day. And each time gives you health, or maybe even stats too, I don't remember. Hey, you can get some quote-unquote free stats that way, because by then gold would have lost its value compared to what it is worth to me now. Uh-oh.
Alright.
I didn't want to lure the blood flies to the guards, but
another one of those things.
Blood flies are too tough for me right now. At least 2 of them at the same time.
Alright.
Oh, unless I hit a lucky crit on the 1 HP. Let's not even bother healing up with items. Let's just go and... Where are you going?
Nothing there.
And ask Vatras for healing. No, seriously, where are you going? Fireweed. There should be a fire root somewhere here. Now this area is safe. Fire nettle. And let's just snap a weed. And meadow nutweed. Those are usually quite rare, but I have like 3 of them, which makes me really happy. Oh well, we'll go back there soon enough. Let's go get 75 HP, yeah. Then we can explore that area. Go into a cave, get an orc's weapon, and have a job.
And
hey, you! Can you heal me?
Okay. You didn't have to moan, but thanks. Let's go back. Look at this guy. Ugh. There will be giant rats as well. Oh, I could have boosted up my strength. So I mentioned it many times already, but the way damage works in Gothic 2 is your strength plus your weapon damage, so in this case 59. And then if you hit, so you have these percentages, in this case I have 13% to hit with one-handed. You deal the full damage, minus the enemy's armor of course. But if you don't hit, you deal 1/10 of that. So soon enough, once the more strength we get, the bigger this gap will be. And it starts to get really noticeable after a while. And unfortunately, until like chapter 3 I think, will more often not hit than hit. But then it reverses, so if you don't hit, you really feel it, because you don't deal damage. And you know, once we start killing orcs, that's gonna be really important, because orcs are tough. We are gonna kill way more orcs than we did in Gothic 1. Like hordes of orcs. So they are gonna feel a lot more like just a regular enemy. We need better range. That's the thing with two-handed weapons too. They have a lot better range than one-handed weapons. But one-handed weapons are a lot faster. So it really comes down to preference. But come on.
Nothing to be had there.
Giant two-handed swords and axes just look cool. Not that I dislike one-handed weapons, because like long swords that you can hold in one hand in Gothics look really good in my opinion. Any good food, really. Healing plants are quite nice. The woodland berries are terrible. Sausage it is. Or as we like to call it, a kielbasa. Meat bugs. Did I seriously not one-shot a meat bug? Oh god. They have bug meat. Meat bug, bug meat. Shouldn't it be meat bug meat? Different bugs have different types of meat, right? Like animals. You get beef, pork. One thing didn't change though, they're pretty hard to hit. There we have more rats. Haven't seen those in a while.
Nothing to be had there.
Khorinis is surrounded by really dangerous things. Like, not only bandits, but orcs. I think even some snappers. We just need to get a good stun lock going, but even then, pretty tough. Just my little baby knife. Let's save. Let's check the area. Oh, a lot of mushrooms. I like how they arrange them sometimes. Blue Voltehs. Those are okay. And we can't climb this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's just barely too high. I don't want you climbing over walls to get to Khorinis, even though that's exactly what I did, and the game recognizes it by giving you 500 XP from Lares. Just as we did last time. So, this cave, I don't want to go too deep. Then with the power of saves, I can try. Oh, rats. Rats and meat bugs. Come here. Ah, see? If we hit, it's no biggie.
Nothing there, nothing to be had there.
2 arrows. They pinned this guy to a wall. More arrows. Yeah, I think there are bandits in this cave. They're right there. I don't want to go too deep. But a light orc axe. Requiring 70 strength. Orc weapons are terrible. They require a lot of strength. But their damage is usually lower than their strength requirement. What's in here? Just mushrooms? Just mushrooms. And even though we use those weapons with 2 hands, yeah, the orcs are just so strong, they wield them in 1. Yep, there's bandit. Don't wanna go there.
Nothing to plunder.
Now we can go back to the city, just as night falls. It gets dark really quickly. I hope it's not terrible on stream. Oh, it could be. Yeah, in my preview it's like really dark. I keep mentioning it because I'm really worried about it, but if you say it's okay, then it's okay. I will try and keep playing in the daylight though. So back to the tavern we go. Or is it a tavern or is it more like a hotel? Taverns usually serve food, right? They don't. They just have beds. 1 big room. Next morning. Day number 4. We already have a job. Oh, we're about to get one. So, we should have all the different herbs that... I always forget his name. Constantino wanted. And the orc weapon. And then the blessings for Torben. Yeah, we should be fine.
About the plants.
If you cannot handle that by yourself, you won't be any good as an alchemist either.
I've got all the plants I was supposed to bring you.
What? You're pulling my leg, right? By Adanos. It's all there, all right. Who knows? Maybe someday you could make a decent alchemist after all.
Maybe, but see ya. Until I need to brew some strength potions, we don't need them.
I've got the orc weapon you wanted.
Show me. You did it after all. Good man. It's been a while since I've had a weapon like this in my hands. I was a soldier back in the Orc War. Those were tough times, I can tell you. I didn't think you could do it. I'm impressed.
Can I sign on as an apprentice with a different master?
You're a good man. I'll give you my approval. Brian will still be here for a while, and a strong lad to take his place will turn up in time.
Wait, if I ask Constantino about signing up with a different master, will he give me XP? Because he just usually says whatever and lets you, but...
I want to sign up.
You have come to... As far...
Yeah, he doesn't care. Okay. So now it's only Thorben left, and we become Bosper's apprentice. Oh, there he is.
How about your approval, master?
Has Vatras given you his blessing?
Yes.
And did you also get the blessing of a priest of Innos?
Yes, I did.
Then you shall have my blessing as well. No matter what path you decide to take pride in doing a good job, my boy.
Will you teach me how to pick locks now?
Can you teach me how to pick locks?
You have brought me the 100 gold pieces. That is very decent of you. I am almost embarrassed, but I must ask even more of you. If I cannot pay back my debt to Lamar soon, he's going to send his thugs after me. Give me another 100 gold pieces, and I shall instruct you.
You know, it's a lot. But I think we can do it another way.
Maybe later.
Because we can give him 100 gold pieces to pay Lamer off. Or we can just erase his debt. But for that we would need to get a lot stronger.
That's the first I've heard of it.
Hello, Bospa.
I want to start as your apprentice.
Great. You seem to know the basics already. Harrod thinks you're a good man. Thorben gave you his blessing. I'm not all that pious, but I'm fine with it. Constantino says you can sign up wherever you want for all he cares. And Matteo says you're worth your weight in gold. This means you have the approval of all masters. You can work for me at any time if you want.
I've got my own opinion about that.
I'm in.
You aren't going to regret this. I think we'll be able to work together well.
What are my tasks as an apprentice?
That's easy. Bring me as many pelts as you can get. I'll pay you a better price for them than any of the other traders would give you. Apart from that, you needn't show up here in the shop. I can get along just fine by myself.
And where am I supposed to sleep?
I don't have any room for you here. They're bound to have a bed for you in the hotel at the marketplace.
Do you really believe that?
Yeah, that's a downside compared to siding with Harrod, the blacksmith, because I think he has a bed. But
nobody will learn anything from me.
Show me where.
We're okay. He also has all of the skins, and since he pays us the exact amount they're worth, we can just buy him back if we'd like.
Go on like this forever.
I don't see a point to that. Ooh, but this leather belt. Is it better than a strength belt though? Probably not. But if we ever need additional protection, additional 10 protection, which is a lot right now, then yeah, sure. Let's go into skins.
I've got a few skins for you.
Wolfskin, that's good. Good work. Come see me again.
One funny thing is that he names all of the skins you give him. And if you give him a sheepskin, he asks if you killed any poor farmer's sheep. But he also is extremely shocked if you give him a black troll's skin, because it's a black troll. But trolls aren't that hard to kill. Once we get to Onar's farm, I'll go and kill a few. But now comes the time for side quests.
Boy, that lunatic's hammering is wearing me down.
Who are you talking about?
Can't you hear that hammering? Who do you think hammers all day long in the Harbor District? I mean that lunatic felon. He takes the hammer to his hut every day.
I could take care of Felon.
You want to help me? What's in it for you?
You tell me.
Oh, that's how it is. All right, if you can get him to stop hammering, I'll pay you 25 gold pieces. But I'll tell you one thing right now. You can't talk to the guy. He's nuts. The only thing that will help is a few decent punches.
If I beat him up, I'll just get into trouble with the militia.
Down here at the harbor, no one pays much attention to brawls. But if you steal around here, or mess with the sheep, you'll be in trouble.
I'll see what I can do.
You can think about it. Remember, I'll pay you 25 gold coins.
Yeah. So let's go beat the guy up. You should be fine with just 29 strength, I hope. That's the guy. He's just hammering away. And I don't see the glitched hammers that we usually saw in Gothic 1. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign that the mod is working better than it was supposed to. Well, better than it was. Because it works exactly how it's supposed to.
Could you stop hammering?
No, I have to finish this.
Just quit hammering, okay?
Just try not to bug me too much, okay?
I'm not paying him.
Stop that hammering or I'll break every bone in your body.
Forget it, or I'll knock some sense into your head with my hammer. You'll regret this.
He has a sword. He doesn't use the hammer.
Show him.
Just pin him against the wall. A swing and a block, and that usually works. A rough short sword. An apple. And let's take away his hammers just so he, doesn't use them anymore. Oh, it's worse than mine. Damn it. Good.
Don't you try that again.
Piece of cheese, some fish soup, and a fish, and he's just wiggling left and right.
Wait a minute.
Okay, so you beat me. Some heroic deed that was.
Will you stop hammering now, or do I have to thrash you again?
No, don't hit me anymore. I'll stop. But if everything collapses around here, it'll be your fault.
Sure, buddy.
That's an open secret.
Hey, Alwyn.
Felon will hammer no longer.
Hear that? No more hammering. At last, I thought the fellow would never quit. You've done me a huge favor. You know what? I'll give you 30 gold pieces.
Happy to help. Beating guys up. And it's noon soon, so we can visit here and see a fella called Ulrich.
What are you doing here?
This is my home. But if you mean, what do I do all day? I arrange fights.
You arrange fights?
Every day, from noon until evening. And right here, behind the warehouse in the harbor district. Home sweet home.
What are the rules for the fight?
Quite simple. All regular weapons are allowed, no bows or crossbows, and no magic. We fight until one of us drops. And as soon as one of us is flat on his back, it's over. Got it? Whoever leaves the ring is out. So if you quit, I win. The stake is 50 gold coins. If you win, you get 100 back. If not, well, then your money is down the drain. Got it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's quite a nice way to make money early on.
You live behind the warehouse?
It's only temporary. When you have as much gold as I do, you can afford a little luxury. I was a drill instructor in the army, but I left that bunch to seek my fortune in adventure. Now I've wound up in this shithole. My last 100 gold pieces went to the guards at the city gate. So, I'm seeing to it that I come into money again. I even had to sell my sword.
To whom did you sell the sword?
I swapped it with a trader in the marketplace for some stuff. The guy's called Jorah. The torches and the bit of meat that he gave me are long used up.
He isn't likely to give me the sword for nothing.
It's an old sword. He won't want much for it. Just think of the money as an extra stake for the fight.
What do you know about the war against the orcs?
There's not much to tell. The war has been going on for too long. The country people are starving. Everywhere there are peasant revolts that are put down mercilessly by the king. But there's just too many of them. If the war doesn't end soon, the realm will fall apart.
Can you train me?
If you really want to learn how to fight, then go up against me. The lesson is no extra charge.
Oh, come on, man. I'm guessing he can teach us, like, one-handed or something. Maybe even strength once we beat him. But the thing is, I think he only fights from noon to evening, so we gotta wait an hour. That's like a minute real time, so yeah. But here, the warehouse behind which he lives, it's a guy. And this guy, believe me, he is tough.
Hey, you got no business here, understand?
Who are you?
That's none of your business. I'm the boss here, okay?
The boss? Of what? Of those chests?
Hey, the storeroom was under my supervision, got it? So piss off, or else I'll bash in your skull.
Yeah. He's like super tough. But we saved. And we have those fireball spells, so... Okay, he is super tough. We would need like 4 fireballs, and for that we would need more mana. And we don't have that much. We would need 20 mana. Or a better spell. Well, speaking of spells, my spelling today is whack.
Hey, you!
Ahoy, you landlubber. Looks like you're stranded here. You look a bit pale around the gills. Never mind, my lad. All you need is a good stiff sea breeze.
What are you doing here?
Back when I was a young man, I went to sea and rode through many a big storm.
He never would have thought of
No big deal, not at all. But that old tower came closest to what I call a home. I haven't been up there in ages.
Why not?
Ever since these scallywags took over my lighthouse, I haven't dared get closer to it than 20 feet. Really bad rabble, that. They're criminals from the Valley of Mind, you know. There was this big bang on the other side of the mountains, and they swarmed all over the land like flies. Now they're hiding out everywhere, even in my lighthouse. I think they're on the lookout for any ship they can raid. Ah, let them. Then at least they'd be out of my tower.
Do you come to town often?
I always say a town is only as good as its harbor. A harbor is the gate to the world. That's where everyone meets and where everything starts. Once the harbor goes to the dogs, the rest of the city will follow soon.
Nobody will learn anything.
What if it's a harbor town, then I suppose?
Tell me about the harbor.
The harbor of Corinus isn't what it used to be. There's nothing but riffraff hanging about. The ships don't come anymore, and trade is dead. This harbor's about to go under.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
So why don't you leave?
Nobody would take an old sea dog like me on his ship these days. Most people think that old Jack's got the gout in his rotten old bones.
And? Are they right?
Balderdash. Once I've got those planks beneath me feet again, I'll feel like a young whippersnapper.
He talks funny.
What do you mean by riffraff?
Look at them, the lazy rabble. Most of them don't even know what work is. All they do is drink all day and spend their last pay at the brothel. I tell you, stay away from them.
Why are the ships no longer coming?
They all say that once the war is over, everything will be like it used to be. That's a load of bilge water. I tell you, a sailor can see when a town's going downhill. A sailor feels that in his blood, and I can tell you, forget about this harbor. Its heyday's over.
Well, if you say so. But we can get his tower back. We are getting a nice amount of quests. Lares. I hit a level up, so you know what time it is. Give me strength.
Teach me something.
Someone's got to do the work.
Ah, and see? Now strength costs 10 learning points per 5 strength. So yeah, the cap was at 30, the next cap is at 60, then at 90, then at 120, I think. Where just 1 point of strength is gonna cost us 5 learning points, I believe. At that point you really want to use potions.
Good.
And unfortunately we won't have the 40 required to wear the axe. But we could try using the rusty sword.
Really?
Maybe the range will be better than just the wolf knife. I hope. I really do. The sword that Lares has, the guy over at the warehouse has that exact same sword, I think. Oh, but I mentioned this fella a while back.
If I hadn't seen it with my own
It's Mo.
Hey, I don't know you. What do you want here? Are you headed for the tavern?
Really?
Yep.
How interesting.
Yes, do you mind?
You've got no business here, runt.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Are you trying to make trouble for me?
Sure, I'm a master at making trouble. So defend yourself, runt.
He has a lot of health and or defense. I think it's just health.
Whack him!
But yeah, just swipe and block, swipe and block. As long as they don't have a decent fighting skill, they're really easy to beat. So if they're just a rookie, like me, they'll swipe and block, and swipe and block, and swipe and block. Works every time.
That's not what my husband thinks.
But again, provided they are a rookie, and there aren't 2 or more of them.
All right, you win. What do you want?
You know your way about the harbor, don't you?
Sure thing. Why?
He simply talks too much. And it's going to get even worse.
Honestly.
What kind of rumors are floating about?
Around here, we don't like people who ask too many questions. Especially not if they're strangers.
I just beat you up.
Why don't I see any militia?
They don't dare come in here. We take care of things ourselves.
How's the shipping traffic?
The only ship that's come here recently is the Paladins ship. It's over there behind the rocky ridge to the southwest.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Oh well. Isn't any help, but now we can come in here.
These are bad times.
How are things?
If you want something to drink, you'll have to order it.
I bet you overhear a lot of things.
So what's that to you?
I've always got an open ear for news.
Have you got your purse open then? Every piece of information I give you will cost 10 gold pieces.
Maybe let's not haggle. Because then he might just not give me the info at all.
Alright, agreed.
You struck a good bargain. I'm always at your service.
I need information.
Let's ask about the work and the missing citizens. Teachers, I can probably find all of them. And influential citizens, I can probably find those too. And most of them will probably be in the upper town.
Where can I find work?
You're not likely to find work down here at the harbor. You need to go to the craftsman in the lower part of town for that. But if you wield a decent blade, you could go challenge Ulrich, who fights for gold behind the warehouse.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. But let's ask about the citizens.
What do you know about the missing citizens?
All I know is that some people have vanished during the last few days. It's especially bad down here at the harbor, they say. Maybe you should ask around here a bit. There were some cases in the lower part of the city, too. If you want to know more, you should talk to Corrigan. He has his tavern in the lower part of town, and he's likely to hear a thing or two. Halvor, the fish merchant down by the quay, might know something too. Many people frequent him.
Thank you.
Is there any special work to be had around here where I could make some quick money?
Something special, you say? Go talk to Nagur then. Maybe he can help you.
All right. Wait. I think that's a different thing. Screw it.
Got anything special for me to do?
I've got something for you, but that should only interest you if you're a man of versatile talents.
What have you got?
Well, Zorus, the potion vendor in the marketplace, currently has a guest, Darren the fire magician.
And?
He had a new chest made specially for him by Thorben the carpenter.
Oh.
They say that this Darren has bought a bunch of valuable stuff with him. But you didn't hear that from me, understand?
Yeah, okay. So, Nagur, huh? Oh, I don't remember if this quest screws anything up.
Hey, you! Cardiff says you may have a job for me.
Well, well. So you're looking for a special job. Okay. But we play by my rules, understood?
What does that mean?
That means you do what I say and you get a third of the profits. If you don't like it, then there's no job.
Oh, fella.
All right, you're the boss.
Good. Then let me know when you're ready to rake in a heap of gold.
All right, what's your plan?
You know the merchant Baltram, don't you? If not, it's time you talk to him. This Baltram has a messenger who supplies him with goods from Ochil's farm. That is, he had a messenger. Until I cut his throat.
Yikes.
And now Baltram has to get a new one, and that will be you. Your job is to get hired by Baltram and fetch the delivery from Ochil. You bring it to me, and then I'll sell it on to an interested customer. He'll fork over a tidy little sum for it. And just don't try selling the stuff yourself. Have you got all that?
How much will the profit be?
I can't say exactly, but I estimate around 400 gold pieces.
Alright.
Where is Ochil's farm?
Leave the city by the east gate. That's directly on the marketplace. If you follow the road to the right, you'll soon come to a few steps cut into the rock. Go up there, and you'll come to Ochil's farm.
When should I talk to Baltram?
Wait. Okay, I just hit an error because the game couldn't decompress Nagor's dialogue. So I guess I should just avoid that piece of dialogue and hope that it's gonna be okay. Good thing I saved. Where are all the lights though? There they are.
Hey.
Okay, let's just, you know. So, Ochil's farm.
Where can I find Baltram?
He has his stall in the marketplace.
Well then, I'm all set.
Good. Then get on your way. But if you try to cheat me, you'll soon be every bit as dead as the messenger. Don't forget.
Gotcha. It's 1 PM. So let's go and fight the guy. Sorry, bump man. Go. Climb the roof. And he should be right over there in the corner.
Really? How interesting.
Once we learn how to sneak and open locks, we could just ransack the entire town. There he is. Now he has some viewers, some audience.
I want to fight against you.
Do you have 50 gold pieces?
We do.
Here you are.
We have a new challenger. The bets are placed. Are you ready?
Come here.
Then let's see what you can do.
Okay, that was just a hit. I thought he would hit me for half my HP the entire time. Just strike and block, strike and block.
Give it your all.
That hit the spot.
There we go. Now, you don't want to loot him. Because he does mention it. If you take the gold, that hey, it's okay. I would have just given it to you. You didn't have to take it, man. So let's just leave him. You can take a peek. Yeah, he just has the gold. So, let him get his branch.
My head. Oh, man. You packed quite a punch. Here's your 100 gold pieces. You've earned them. And one more thing. No one talks about what goes on behind the warehouse. The militia puts everyone who does the slightest thing here behind bars. And those boys don't like to see betting on fights.
Something Fight Club.
Can you train me?
I keep my word. I'll teach you everything I know, provided you have the necessary experience.
Wait, he teaches one-handed fighting?
I want to fight against you.
Nah. Before I go up against you again, I need a better weapon. I had to sell my sword a few days ago. With that, baby, I'm unbeatable. If you get it back from me, I'll take you on again.
Sure. We were going there anyway, so we gotta talk to Baltram, who will have a couple of deliveries for us. And we'll also want to talk to Jorah. And there is a kind of hidden Thief Guild questline. So if you side with the militia, they have a quest about uncovering the Thieves Guild. But if you do a couple of sneaky quests like that, that guy in the tavern, about the delivery or something that we're about to do right now, if you do 3 of them, they start to notice you, and then they give you jobs, and it's quite fun. But I need healing.
Can you heal?
Thank you, Valtres. Love it. Oh, we can also talk to Hakan about bandits, unless I screwed that up by delivering the orc weapon first. Ooh, that would suck. But that's Hakan.
I am Hakan, the weapons dealer.
He
Every
is
man
Hakan.
should carry a weapon these days, especially when venturing outside of the city walls.
Ooh, he has a lot of stuff.
Tell me more about the area around the city.
It's gotten too dangerous out there, because of the bandits for one thing, and also on account of wild beasts. Even the animals don't seem to get enough to eat in these crappy times. They're venturing closer to the city all the time.
Really? How interesting.
What do you know about the disappearances of the citizens of Khorinis?
I have seen many pass through the eastern city gate. Some of those who came I had never seen before in my life. And many of those who went out never came back. But what happened the other day was really quite strange. There was this fellow who came here. I think his name is Joe. He bragged that he would soon come into some serious money. He claimed that he knew how to get into one of the city towers, where the militia keep their arms. I haven't seen him since, even though I used to bump into him around the same time every day. I reported this to the militia. I thought that maybe he had been caught and thrown into the dungeon. But Lord Andre had no idea what I was talking about. He didn't even know the fella.
And he works all
Harrod told me about the attack by bandits.
Oh? And?
He'll give me his approval to be accepted as an apprentice if I hunt down the bandits.
Good old Harrod. That must be his way of saying he's sorry that he can't produce any weapons for me at the moment.
What do you know about the bandits?
What do I know about them? They robbed me on my way to the city, and I'm not the only one. They've been up to their tricks for quite a while. The militia tried to track them down, but without any success.
He had better shut up.
Do you know who in the militia took part in the search?
The fellow's name is Pablo. He and a few others went looking for the bandits, but they didn't find them.
Do you know where I can find Pablo?
He patrols around the city. You'll find him either at the Temple Square or in the lower part of town.
That's an open secret.
Where did they hold you up?
Near Ochil's farm. Just go out of the city gate from here. Follow the road to the right. After a while, you'll get to a few steps. The bastards came from there.
Don't say.
I bet they have their hideout back there in the woods.
These are bad times.
I'll deal with it.
What? You want to take on the bandits? By yourself?
Who says
You're quite a good fighter, huh?
How much is the matter worth to you?
You want to get in Harrod's good books, don't you? I don't think I should have to pay you for this.
That's not what I heard.
Show me your wares.
That's terrible.
Ooh.
Someone's
Yeah.
gotta do the work.
Those are... Ooh.
I don't believe that.
Wait. This could be good.
These are
The judge's stuff. Or even the wolf's tooth. You know what? I know where to find it.
That's not what I heard.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we are getting it.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
But the judge's stuff.
That's what I've always
It's only 5 damage better than the wolf's tooth.
Better shut up.
Yeah, it's not worth buying it. I know where to find the little sword. Oh, but there's Jorah.
Innos be with you, stranger. If you're looking for a good selection for the traveler, then you're in the right place. But I'm warning you, if you're planning on helping yourself without paying, I'll call the city guard.
Just a moment. Do I look like a thief?
Bah! You won't be the first one to make off with my things today.
That's an open secret.
Somebody stole from you.
I can't prove it. The fellow was damn clever. Introduced himself as Ringaru, if that really is his right name. He's been hanging around the marketplace the last few days. And every evening he gets plastered at the beer stand down the street. I bet the bastard is drinking my money. I only looked away for a moment, and my purse was gone.
I could get your gold back for you.
Oh? And why would you do that?
Go away. Don't tell me that myself.
I want part of the gold as a reward.
First, see if you can get my purse back. Then, we'll talk about your reward.
Fair enough.
Don't tell this to anyone, everybody.
Why didn't you call the city guard?
The guards only respond if a thief is caught in the act. And when I noticed my purse was missing, the bastard was already gone.
Now that's typical.
How much gold was in that purse?
50 gold pieces. That's quite a lot in these crappy times.
I'll see what I can do.
Be careful. If you just knock the bastard down, the city guard will get involved. Lately, things have been getting really tough here. Since the Paladins came to town, the guards have been cracking down on brawlers. So think of something.
I shall.
What about the sword?
Alric says you got his sword.
Do you mean that ragged fellow who traded his weapon to me for a few torches and chunks of meat?
That's him.
I still have the sword.
How much do you want for it?
Well, for you, 50 gold pieces.
That's my husband's secret.
Here's 50 gold pieces. Give me Alric's sword then.
Here you go. That was a good deal.
Was it?
Really? How interesting.
Well, what sword? It's 30-30. It's like a rusty sword.
I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Okay.
He simply talks.
Does Zuris have any additional dialogue? No.
Who says things like
Well, this is Ringaru, and one funny thing about him. Usually, you say that, hey, I know you stole the thing and stuff. And he runs away and you gotta chase him and find him and all that.
These are bad. Someone's got.
But I'll try and do a little trick.
Jorah says you've got his money.
Damn it! I'm out of here.
Wait a
You
minute.
can catch him immediately.
Gotcha.
Hey, what do you want from me?
Huh?
You stole from Jorah in broad daylight, and he even saw you do it. So I've come to tell you that you're a lousy thief, and that...
Honestly, someone's got to do the work myself.
But that's terrible.
And now, you tell me who you are.
I'm nothing but a poor wretch, trying to make ends meet one way or another. Well, what else can I do? I can't find a job in town.
All right, I see. Spare me your whining.
That's not what I heard. All day too.
I deserve a share of the loot. All right, looks like I have no choice. I'll share half with you.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself. Shut up.
Okay, I thought
That's not what I heard.
that it was only a Polish version bug, but no, apparently in English too, he uses the Nameless Hero's voice. That's weird.
These are bad times. Take care of everything.
No, you give me everything.
So you're plundering me. Well, you take the gold then, and now leave me alone.
I should turn you into the militia.
What else do you want? I've got nothing left. Let me go, man.
Really, how interesting. I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Why would I want to do that?
In the city, it's always good to know the right people and to stay on their good side. I could put in a good word for you.
Everybody
I can't and won't say more. The rest is up to you.
You don't say. Everybody knows by now.
Okay.
Go away.
So yeah, he is like 1/3 of the way to join the Thieves Guild.
Get lost and don't show your face around here again.
Oh, you won't regret this. Thanks, man.
Yep.
That's terrible.
Now we go back to Jorah.
Who says things like that?
Oh, you know what? I think I messed up. Oh, but it's such a long way. Yeah, I thought this quest would go differently, but I think if we get him his gold back, he'll just give us the sword. So we gotta fight Ulrich again. I'm sorry. I just really wanna min-max this thing.
Oh. Do you have 50 here with the then?
Oh, no!
The fun part.
Give it your all.
Get him now.
Don't stop now.
Give it your all.
Attaboy. Don't stop now.
That? There we go. I just need to wait for him to get back up, then we run to Vatras, then we run to the merchants, then we do all the things, and... It'll be the time to end, actually, for today. Isn't it Christmas tomorrow? Hold up.
Ah, my head.
Wait a minute.
Oh, man. You packed quite a punch. Here's your 100 gold pieces. You've earned them. And one more thing. No one talks about what goes on behind the warehouse. The militia puts everyone who does the slightest thing here behind bars. And those boys...
Yeah.
Okay,
we go back.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted.
It sucks not having acrobatics anymore, and we won't have acrobatics this time. Said already, but in Gothic 2, you get acrobatics automatically once you hit 100 dexterity, I think. Which, you know, it's a lot of points. Especially since from 30 dexterity you need 2 per 1, then you need 3 per 1 after 60. You know, it starts adding up. It's not just 10 levels, it's like... First it's like 2, then it's 6, so...
Hey, I have a proposition.
What do you want?
I want my old stall in the... But she has had that spot long enough. I want her to...
And what's my part in this?
I will give you a letter to stick in her pocket. Then you go to Andre and tell him that Sarah is selling weapons to Onar. She lands in prison. You pocket the bounty, and I get the stall. You have 2 days to accomplish this.
What's in it for me?
When I have the stall, you will get a weapon from me, and a damned good one.
What will happen if I refuse to do that?
That would be truly stupid of you, because you see, I know that you're an escaped convict. If that gets around, it could do considerable harm to your situation in the city.
All right, looks like I've got no choice.
You're a clever lad. Here is the letter.
How am I supposed to foist the letter on her?
Let her show you her wares, and while she does, you hide the letter on her. And bear in mind, I am an influential man in the city, so don't try to play me for a fool.
That's what I've always said.
Okay, so
I've gotta go.
remember
Suit yourself.
Canthar, we bought a pan from him, and I'll do it because it's XP. But I absolutely hate doing this, and I usually avoid doing this. But it is XP. So Canthar is a cheat. He's a scumbag. So Sarah didn't do anything wrong. But if we don't do this, then he tells everybody that we are an escaped convict. And all the merchants refuse to trade with us. And that sucks. I don't think it has any further implications. She just lands in jail for the rest of the game. He has the exact same stock as she would have had. But it just sucks. You know?
I don't believe that.
Or Sarah.
How's business?
When the Paladins came, I first thought that it was a good business opportunity, but they let Herod make their weapons, and neither Hakon nor I make even 1 gold piece off them. Moreover, the farmers no longer supply us with food, and all the prices have gone up. It's only a small consolation that the Paladins are paying my hotel bill.
I can't take care of everything.
Show me your wares.
Yeah, and he says that we have 2 days. We can turn them over to the guards, but then the same thing happens. All of the traders just refuse to trade with us. I hate the guy.
And he works all day too.
Ooh, the fine short sword is like... Mwah. It's beautiful. You can find it in one of the towers. I can check in which.
That's what I've always said.
I can check in which, but... A fine short sword.
That's an open secret.
Go away, don't tell me that.
Yeah. Okay, we could try and get it. For free. I mean... but yeah, it's like really good. It's better than the Wolf's Tooth. It also has the Ring of Life and a fighting pike. Oh, but...
Show me your...
Gotta give her the letter. Canthar's letter to the merchant Sarah. Sorry, Sarah.
What's the problem with the farmers?
They refuse to deliver their goods. Now that the ships no longer come in, the city depends entirely on the supplies provided by the farmers, of course. And Onar, the largest farmer, has hired mercenaries to protect his farm from the city guards. Otherwise, they'd simply snatch the goods for themselves. But the mercenaries don't just guard Onar's farm. They come as far as the small farms outside of town to intimidate the farmers. I saw them as I was passing Ochil's farm. I wouldn't like to be in his shoes now.
Where will I find Ochil's farm?
If you go out of the east gate here and follow the road to the right, you'll come to a stairway. It leads up to Ochil's farm, but I wouldn't go there now. The mercenaries are certainly still there.
It's an open secret.
Sorry, Sarah. Well, you can tell Canthar we did the thing.
Don't you have a job? First, foist the letter on. Do that.
Oh, right. Gotta go to Andre as well. God, I hate Canthar. I hope he dies. But we finally get to meet Lord Andre.
Inos be with you, stranger. What brings you to me?
Fraud.
I've come to collect the bounty for a criminal.
So yeah, we can tell Andre about Canthar. We can also sell Nagur, if we'd like, but then we permanently lock ourselves out of the Thieves Guild questline, which makes us some money and some XP. We gotta do the thing.
Sarah is selling weapons to Onar.
Sarah? The weapons merchant in the marketplace? Do you have proof of that?
She has a letter in her pocket which details the delivery of arms to him.
She won't get away with that. I shall have her arrested.
Why doesn't he ask how we know that the letter is in her pocket? No? Like... Did we check her pockets? Were we pickpocketing her? How do we know the contents of the letter? Or maybe we just... I guess we could have just heard about it.
Take care of everything for everybody.
He had better shut.
Yep, there's counter immediately.
Well done. Sarah is where she belongs.
Really?
I have taken over her goods, so if you need a weapon, come to me.
You were going to give me a weapon.
Correct. Here, this weapon is a masterpiece of the blacksmith's art.
Really, how interesting.
Shitbox.
I've got to go.
Suit
He
yourself.
says things like that.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
No, I suppose it is quite nice.
That's what I've always
60 strength though, but...
That's what I've
and it's one-handed, but... I guess.
And he works all day too.
Well then.
take care of everything.
Dora.
Innos be with you, Strip. But I'm just...
You've been through this. You know what? It's best if I save after all this. I haven't saved in a while.
Things like that.
Not many saves today.
Bad times.
But I guess we're just running around.
Who says things like
Somebody.
that?
That's what I've always said.
I-
You don't say.
Really, how interesting. I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Everybody knows by now.
I'll be-
Don't talk that.
If I hadn't seen it with
And we go to Rangaroo.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself. Don't tell this to anyone.
Damn it! Wait a minute.
Got him again.
He can't
Gotcha.
himself.
You so.
You don't say.
I don't believe that. He'd better shut up.
All right.
And it's gonna get even worse.
So,
You don't say.
Everybody knows by now.
And
Now that's typical, isn't it?
That's an open secret.
get lost.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Okay.
He simply talks
So we
too
did
much.
that, then we give Jorah his gold.
He can't keep anything to himself. That's not what I
About-
heard.
Yes, how's it going?
He can't keep anything to himself. Everybody knows by now.
He got away from me.
I don't believe
And what about my gold? Did he get away with it?
And he works all day.
Nope.
Here's the 50 gold pieces he stole from you.
That's an open secret.
Innos be praised.
And it's gonna get even
There
worse.
is still justice in the city.
I don't believe that.
I want part of the gold as a reward.
If it's
That's not
gold
what
you
I
want,
heard.
then hunt down the thieves and collect the bounty from Lord Andre. Now, I must get back to my customers.
Really? How interesting.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Sword.
Ulrich says you got his sword.
Things like that.
Do you mean that ragged fellow?
That's him.
I still have the sword.
How much do you want for it?
Everybody knows.
Well, for you...
Someone's gotta
so
do the
what?
work.
Here, take it.
Everybody
After
knows by
all,
now.
you did help me get my gold
Don't
back.
like that.
There we go. We saved 50 gold.
That's an open secret.
So,
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
that does it for today. Next time, we will give Ulrich his sword back. We'll go and do the Baltron thing. We'll finally move out of the city to the wilds. Yeah. As usual, please have a wonderful day. Merry Christmas to you all. Tomorrow should be the Christmas Eve. That's what it's called, right? Take care of yourselves. Hope to see you all again. I will try and be online during Christmas, because I don't think I will be busy with anything. So yeah, hope to see you all again. Bye bye.